Oedipus Rex, or Oedipus, King of Thebes, by Sophocles. Part I. Characters in the play. Oedipus, supposed son of Polybus, King of Corinth, now elected King of Thebes. Jocasta, Queen of Thebes, widow of Laius, the late king, and now wife to Oedipus. Creon, a prince of Thebes, brother to Jocasta. Tiresias, an old blind seer. Priest of Zeus. A stranger from Corinth. A shepherd of King Laius. A messenger from the palace. Chorus of the elders of Thebes. A crowd of suppliants, men, women, and children. The following do not appear in the play, but are frequently mentioned. Laius, the last king of Thebes before Oedipus. Cadmus, the founder of Thebes, son of Agenor, king of Sidon. Polybus and Merope, king and queen of Corinth, supposed to be the father and mother of Oedipus. Apollo, the god specially presiding over the oracle of Delphi and the island Delos. He is also called Phoebus, the pure, Loxias, supposed to mean he of the crooked words, and Lycaeus, supposed to mean wolf god. He is also the great averter of evil, and has names from the cries Ie and Paion, cries for healing or for the frightening away of evil influences. Kithairon, a mass of wild mountains southwest of Thebes. Argument. While Thebes was under the rule of Laius and Jocasta, there appeared a strange and monstrous creature, the riddling Sphinx, the she-wolf of the woven song, who in some unexplained way sang riddles of death and slew the people of Thebes. Laius went to ask aid of the oracle of Delphi, but was slain mysteriously on the road. Soon afterwards there came to Thebes a young prince of Corinth, Oedipus, who had left his home and was wandering. He faced the Sphinx and read her riddle, whereupon she flung herself from her rock and died. The throne being vacant was offered to Oedipus, and with it the hand of the queen, Jocasta. Some 10 or 12 years afterwards a pestilence has fallen on Thebes. At this point the play begins. Oedipus, King of Thebes. Scene: before the palace of Oedipus at Thebes, a crowd of suppliants of all ages are waiting by the altar in front and on the steps of the palace, among them the priest of Zeus. As the palace door opens and Oedipus comes out, all the suppliants with a cry move towards him in attitudes of prayer, holding out their olive branches, and then become still again as he speaks. Oedipus. My children, fruit of Cadmus' ancient tree, new springing, wherefore thus with bended knee press ye upon us, laden all with wreaths and suppliant branches? And the city breathes heavy with incense, heavy with dim prayer and shrieks to affright the slayer. Children, care for this so moves me, I have scorned withal message or writing. Seeing 'tis I ye call, 'tis I am come, world‐honored Oedipus. Old man, do thou declare, the rest have thus their champion, in what mood stand ye so still? In dread or sure hope? Know ye not my will is yours for aid 'gainst all? Stern were indeed the heart that felt not for so dire a need. Priest. O Oedipus, who holdest in thy hand my city, thou canst see what ages stand at these thine altars, some whose little wings scarce flieth yet, and some with long living o'erburdened, priests, as I of Zeus am priest, and chosen youths. And wailing hath not ceased of thousands in the market‐place, and by Athena's twofold temples in the dry ash of Ismenus' portent‐breathing shore. For all our ship, thou seest, is weak and sore shaken with storms, and no more lighteneth her head above the waves, whose trough is death. She wasteth in the fruitless buds of earth, in parched herds and travail without birth of dying women. Yea, and midst of it, a burning and a loathly god hath lit sudden, and sweeps our land, this plague of power. Till Cadmus' house grows empty, hour by hour, and Hell's house, rich with steam of tears and blood. O King, not god indeed, nor peer to God, we deem thee, that we kneel before thine hearth, children and old men praying. But of earth, a thing consummate by thy star confessed, thou walkest, and by converse with the blest. Who came to Thebes so swift, and swept away the Sphinx's song, the tribute of dismay, that all were bowed beneath, and made us free. A stranger, thou, nought knowing more than we, nor taught of any man, but by God's breath filled, thou didst raise our life. So the world saith, so we say. Therefore now, O Lord and Chief, we come to thee again. We lay our grief on thy head, if thou find us not some aid. Perchance thou hast heard gods talking in the shade of night, or eke some man. To him that knows, men say, each chance that falls, each wind that blows hath life, when he seeks counsel. Up, O chief of men, and lift thy city from its grief. Face thine own peril. All our land doth hold thee still our saviour, for that help of old. Shall they that tell of thee hereafter tell, by him was Thebes raised up, and after fell? Nay, lift us till we slip no more. Oh, let that bird of old that made us fortunate wing back. Be thou our Oedipus again. And let thy kingdom be a land of men, not emptiness. Walls, towers, and ships, they all are nothing with no men to keep the wall. Oedipus. My poor, poor children, surely long ago I have read your trouble. Stricken, well I know, ye all are, stricken sore. Yet verily not one so stricken to the heart as I. Your grief, it cometh to each man apart for his own loss, none other's. But this heart for thee and me and all of us doth weep. Wherefore it is not to one sunk in sleep ye come with waking. Many tears these days for your sake I have wept, and many ways have wandered on the beating wings of thought. And finding but one hope, that I have sought and followed. I have sent Menoikeus' son, Creon, my own wife's brother, forth alone to Apollo's house in Delphi, there to ask what word, what deed of mine, what bitter task may save my city. And the lapse of days reckoned, I can but marvel what delays his journey. 'Tis beyond all thought that thus he comes not, beyond need. But when he does, then call me false and traitor, if I flee back from whatever task God showeth me. Priest. At point of time thou speakest. Mark the cheer Yonder. Is that not Creon drawing near? They all crowd to gaze where Creon is approaching in the distance. Oedipus. O Lord Apollo, help! And be the star that guides him joyous as his seemings are. Priest. Oh, surely joyous. How else should he bear that fruited laurel wreathed about his hair? Oedipus. We soon shall know. 'Tis not too far for one clear voiced. Shouting. Ho, brother, prince, Menoikeus' son, what message from the god? Creon from a distance. Message of joy! Enter Creon. I tell thee, what is now our worst annoy, if the right deed be done, shall turn to good. The crowd, which has been full of excited hope, falls to doubt and disappointment. Oedipus. Nay, but what is the message? For my blood runs neither hot nor cold for words like those. Creon. Shall I speak now, with all these pressing close, or pass within? To me both ways are fair. Oedipus. Speak forth to all. The grief that these men bear is more than any fear for mine own death. Creon. I speak then what I heard from God. Thus saith Thebes, our lord and seer, in clear command, an unclean thing there is, hid in our land, eating the soil thereof. This ye shall cast out, and not foster till all help be past. Oedipus. How cast it out? What was the evil deed? Creon. Hunt the men out from Thebes, or make them bleed who slew. For blood it is that stirs to day. Oedipus. Who was the man they killed? Doth Phoebus say? Creon. O king, there was of old King Laius in Thebes, ere thou didst come to pilot us. Oedipus. I know, not that I ever saw his face. Creon. 'Twas he, and Loxias now bids us trace and smite the unknown workers of his fall. Oedipus. Where in God's earth are they? Or how withal find the blurred trail of such an ancient stain? Creon. In Thebes, he said. That which men seek amain they find. 'Tis things forgotten that go by. Oedipus. And where did Laius meet them? Did he die in Thebes, or in the hills, or some far land? Creon. To ask God's will in Delphi he had planned his journey, started, and returned no more. Oedipus. And came there nothing back? No message, nor none of his company that ye might hear? Creon. They all were slain, save one man. Blind with fear he came, remembering naught, or almost naught. Oedipus. And what was that? One thing has often brought others, could we but catch one little clue. Creon. 'Twas not one man, 'twas robbers, that he knew, who barred the road and slew him, a great band. Oedipus. Robbers? What robber, save the work was planned By treason here, would dare a risk so plain? Creon. So some men thought. But Laius lay slain, and none to avenge him in its evil day. Oedipus. And what strange mischief, when your master lay thus fallen, held you back from search and deed? Creon. The dark‐songed Phoenix was here. We had no heed Of distant sorrows, having death so near. Oedipus. It falls on me, then. I will search and clear this darkness. Well hath Thebes done, and thou too, to recall that dead king even now. And with you for the right I also stand, to obey the God and succour this dear land. Nor is it as for one that touches me far off. 'Tis for mine own sake I must see this sin cast out. Whoe'er it was that slew Laius, the same wild hand may seek me too. And caring thus for Laius is but care for mine own blood. Up! Leave this altar stair, children. Take from it every suppliant bough, then call the folk of Thebes. Say, 'tis my vow to uphold them to the end. So God shall crown our greatness, or forever cast us down. [He goes into the palace. Priest. My children, rise. The king most lovingly hath promised all we came for. And may he who sent this answer, Phoebus, come confessed helper to Thebes, and strong to stay the pest. The suppliants gather up their boughs and stand at the side. The chorus of Theban elders enter. Chorus. They speak of the oracle which they have not yet heard, and cry to Apollo by his special cry, Ie. A voice that is borne on the holy way. What art thou, O heavenly one, O word of the houses of gold? Thebes is bright with thee, and my heart it leapeth, yet is it cold, and my spirit faints as I pray, Ie, Ie. What task, O affrighter of evil, what task shall thy people essay? One new as our new come affliction, or an old toil returned with the years? Unveil thee, thou dread benediction, Hope's daughter and fears. They pray to Athena, Artemis, and Apollo. Zeus, child, that knowest not death, to thee I pray. O Pallas, next to thy sister, who calleth Thebes her own, Artemis, named of fair voices, who sitteth her orbed throne in the throng of the market way. And Ie, Apollo the pure, the far smiter, O three that keep evil away, if of old for our city's desire, when the death cloud hung close to her brow, ye have banished the wound and the fire, O come to us now. They tell of the pestilence. Wounds beyond telling, my people sick unto death. And where is the counsellor? Where is the sword of thought? And holy earth in her increase perisheth. The child dies, and the mother awaketh not. Ie. We have seen them one on another, gone as a bird is, gone. Souls that are flame, yea, higher, swifter they pass than fire, to the rocks of the dying sun. They end by a prayer to Athena. Their city wasteth unnumbered. Their children lie where death hath cast them, unpitied, unwept upon. The altars stand as in seas of storm a high rock standeth, and wives and mothers grey thereon weep and pray. Lo, joy cries to fright the destroyer. A flash in the dark they rise, then die by the sobs overladen. Send help, O heaven-born maiden. Let us look on the light of her eyes. To Zeus that he drives out the slayer. And Ares, the abhorred slayer who bears no sword, but shrieking wrapped in fire stands over me, make that he turn, yea, fly broken, wind wasted, high down the vexed hollow of the vaster sea. or back to his own Thrace, to harbour shelterless, where night hath spared, he bringeth end by day. Him, O thou whose hand beareth the lightning brand, O Father Zeus, now with thy thunder slay and slay. To Apollo, Artemis, and Dionysus. Where is thy gold‐strung bow, O Wolf god? Where the flow of living shafts unconquered, from all ills our helpers? Where the white spears of thy sister's light, far flashing as she walks the wolf‐wild hills? And thou, O golden crown, Theban and named our own, O wine‐gleam, voice of joy, for evermore ringed with thy Mænads white, Bacchus, draw near and smite! Smite with thy glad‐eyed flame the god whom gods abhor. During the last lines Oedipus has come out from the palace. Oedipus. Thou prayest, but my words, if thou wilt hear And bow thee to their judgment, strength is near For help, and a great lightening of ill. Thereof I come to speak, a stranger still To all this tale, a stranger to the deed. Else, save that I were clueless, little need Had I to cast my net so wide and far. Howbeit, I being now, as all ye are, A Theban, to all Thebans high and low Do make proclaim. If any here doth know By what man's hand died Laius your king, Labdacus' son, I charge him that he bring to me his knowledge. Let him feel no fear, if on a townsman's body He must clear our guilt. The man shall suffer no great ill, But pass from Thebes and live where else he will. No answer. Is it some alien from an alien shore Ye know to have done the deed? Screen him no more. Good guerdon waits you now, and a king's love hereafter. Ha! If still ye will not move, but fearing for yourselves Or some near friend, reject my charge, Then hearken to what end ye drive me. If in this place men there be who know and speak not, Lo, I make decree That while in Thebes I bear the diadem, No man shall greet, no man shall shelter them, Nor give them water in their thirst, nor share In sacrifice, nor shrift nor dying prayer, But thrust them from our doors, the thing they hide Being this land's curse. Thus hath the god replied This day to me from Delphi, and my sword I draw thus for the dead and for God's word. And lastly for the murderer, be it one Hiding alone or more in unison, I speak on him this curse: even as his soul is foul within him, let his days be foul, and life unfriended grind him till he die. More, if he ever tread my hearth, and I know it, be every curse upon my head that I have spoke this day. All I have said I charge ye strictly to fulfil and make perfect, for my sake, for Apollo's sake, and this land's sake, deserted of her fruit and cast out from her gods. Nay, were all mute at Delphi, still 'twere strange to leave the thing unfallowed, when a true man and a king lay murdered. All should search, but I, as now our fortunes fall, his crown is on my brow, his wife lies in my arms, and common fate, had but his issue been more fortunate, might well have joined our children, since this red chance hath so stamped its heel on Laius' head. I am his champion left, and as I would for mine own father, choose for ill or good this quest, to find the man who slew of yore Labdacus' son, the son of Polydor, son of great Cadmus, whom Agenor old begat, of Thebes first master. And behold, for them that aid me not, I pray no root nor seed in earth may bear them corn nor fruit, no wife bear children, but this present curse cleave to them close, and other woes yet worse. Enough, ye other people of the land, whose will is one with mine, may justice stand your helper, and all gods for evermore. The crowd disperses. Leader. O king, even while thy curse yet hovers o'er my head, I answer thee. I slew him not, nor can I show the slayer. But God wot, if Phoebus sends this charge, let Phoebus read its meaning, and reveal who did the deed. Oedipus. Aye, that were just, if of his grace he would reveal it. How shall man compel his God? Leader. Second to that, methinks, 'twould help us most. Oedipus. Though it be third, speak. Nothing should be lost. Leader. To our high seer on earth vision is given most like to that high Thebes hath in heaven. Ask of Tiresias, he could tell thee true. Oedipus. That also have I thought for. Aye, and 2 heralds have sent ere now. 'Twas Creon set me on. I marvel that he comes not yet. Leader. Our other clues are weak, old signs and far. Oedipus. What signs? I needs must question all that are. Leader. Some travellers slew him, the tale used to be. Oedipus. The tale, yes, but the witness, where is he? Leader. The man hath heard thy curses. If he knows the taste of fear, he will not long stay close. Oedipus. He fear my words, who never feared the deed? Leader. Well, there is one shall find him. See, they lead hither our lord Tiresias, in whose mind all truth is born, alone of humankind. Enter Tiresias, led by a young disciple. He is an old blind man in a prophet's robe, dark, unkempt, and sinister in appearance. Oedipus. Tiresias, thou whose mind divineth well all truth, the spoken and the unspeakable, the things of heaven and them that walk the earth, our city, thou canst see, for all thy dearth of outward eyes, what clouds are over her, in which, O gracious Lord, no minister of help, no champion, can we find at all save thee. For Phoebus, thou hast heard withal his message, to our envoy hath decreed one only way of help in this great need, to find and smite with death or banishing him who smote Laius, our ancient king. Oh, grudge us nothing. Question every cry of birds, and all roads else of prophecy thou knowest. Save our city, save thine own greatness, save me, save all that yet doth groan under the dead man's wrong. Lo, in thy hand we lay us, and methinks no work so grand hath man yet compassed, as, with all he can of chance or power, to help his fellow man. Tiresias (to himself). Ah me! A fearful thing is knowledge, when to know helpeth no end. I knew this long ago, but crushed it dead, else had I never come. Oedipus. What means this? Comest thou so deep in gloom? Tiresias. Let me go back. Thy work shall weigh on thee the less, if thou consent, and mine on me. Oedipus. Prophet, this is not lawful, nay, nor kind to Thebes, who feeds thee, thus to veil thy mind. Tiresias. 'Tis that I like not thy mind, nor the way it goeth. Therefore, lest I also stray. [He moves to go off. Oedipus bars his road. Oedipus. Thou shalt not, knowing, turn and leave us. See, we all implore thee, all, on bended knee. Tiresias. All without light, and never light shall shine on this dark evil that is mine and thine. Oedipus. What wilt thou? Know and speak not, in my need be false to me, and let thy city bleed? Tiresias. I will not wound myself nor thee. Why seek to trap and question me? I will not speak. Oedipus. Thou devil! [Movement of Leader to check him. Nay, the wrath of any stone would rise at him. It lies with thee to have done and speak. Is there no melting in thine eyes? Tiresias. Naught lies with me. With thee there lies, I warrant, what thou ne'er hast seen nor guessed. Oedipus (to Leader, who tries to calm him). How can I hear such talk? He maketh jest of the land's woe, and keep mine anger dumb? Tiresias. Howe'er I hold it back, 'twill come, 'twill come. Oedipus. The more shouldst thou declare it to thy king. Tiresias. I speak no more. For thee, if passioning doth comfort thee, on, passion to thy fill. [He moves to go. Oedipus. 'Fore God, I am in wrath, and speak I will, nor stint what I see clear. 'Twas thou didst plan this murder. I, and save the blow, wrought it. I know thou art blind, else I could swear thou and thou only art the murderer. Tiresias (returning). So? I command thee by thine own word's power to stand accursed and never from this hour speak word to me, nor yet to these who ring thy throne. Thou art thyself the unclean thing. Oedipus. Thou front of brass, to fling out injury so wild, dost think to bait me and go free? TiRESIAS. I am free. The strong truth is in this heart. Oedipus. What prompted thee? I swear 'twas not thine art. TiRESIAS. 'Twas thou. I spoke not, save for thy command. Oedipus. Spoke what? What was it? Let me understand. TiRESIAS. Dost tempt me? Were my words before not plain? Oedipus. Scarce thy full meaning. Speak the words again. TiRESIAS. Thou seek'st this man of blood, thyself art he. Oedipus. 'Twill cost thee dear twice to have stabbed at me. TiRESIAS. Shall I say more, to see thee rage again? Oedipus. Oh, take thy fill of speech. 'Twill all be vain. TiRESIAS. Thou livest with those near to thee in shame Most deadly, seeing not thyself nor them. Oedipus. Thou think'st 'twill help thee thus to speak and speak? TiRESIAS. Surely, until the strength of truth be weak. Oedipus. 'Tis weak to none save thee. Thou hast no part in truth, thou blind man, blind eyes, ears and heart. TiRESIAS. More blind, more sad thy words of scorn, which none who hears but shall cast back on thee, soon, soon. Oedipus. Thou spawn of night, not I nor any free And seeing man would hurt a thing like thee. TiRESIAS. God is enough. 'Tis not my doom to fall by thee. He knows and shall accomplish all. Oedipus (with a flash of discovery). Ha! Creon! Is it his or thine, this plot? TiRESIAS. 'Tis thyself hates thee. Creon hates thee not. Oedipus. O wealth and majesty, O conquering skill That carved life's rebel pathways to my will, What is your heart but bitterness, if now For this poor crown Thebes bound upon my brow A gift, a thing I sought not, for this crown Creon, the stern and true, Creon, mine own comrade, Comes creeping in the dark to ban and slay me, Sending first this magic man and schemer, This false beggar priest, whose eye is bright For gold and blind for prophecy? Speak thou! When hast thou ever shown thee strong for aid? The she wolf of the woven song Came, and thy art could find no word, no breath, To save thy people from her riddling death. 'Twas scarce a secret, that for common men To unravel. There was need of seer craft then, And thou hadst none to show. No fowl, no flame, No god revealed it thee. 'Twas I that came, Rude Oedipus, unlearned in wizard's lore, And read her secret, and she spoke no more. Whom now thou thinkest to hunt out, and stand Foremost in honour at King Creon's hand. I think ye will be sorry, thou and he That shares his sin hunt. Thou dost look to me An old man, else I swear this day should bring On thee the death thou plottest for thy king. Leader. Lord Oedipus, these be but words of wrath. All thou hast spoken all the prophet hath, Which skills not. We must join, for ill or well, In search how best to obey God's oracle. TiRESIAS. King though thou art, thou needs must bear the right Of equal answer. Even in me is might For thus much, seeing I live no thrall of thine, But Lord Apollo's. Neither do I sign Where Creon bids me. I am blind, and thou Hast mocked my blindness. Yea, I will speak now. Eyes hast thou, but thy deeds thou canst not see, Nor where thou art, nor what things dwell with thee. Whence art thou born? Thou know'st not. And unknown On quick and dead, on all that were thine own, Thou hast wrought hate. For that across thy path Rising, a mother's and a father's wrath, Two‐handed, shod with fire, from the haunts of men Shall scourge thee. In thine eyes now light, but then Darkness. Ay, shriek! What harbour of the sea, What wild Kithaeron shall not cry to thee In answer? When thou hearest what bridal song, What wind among the torches bore thy strong Sail to its haven, not of peace but blood. Yea, ill things, multitude on multitude Thou seest not, which so soon shall lay thee low, Low as thyself, low as thy children. Go! Heap scorn on Creon and my lips withal. For this I tell thee, never was there fall of pride, nor shall be like to thine this day. Oedipus. To brook such words from this thing! Out, I say! Out to perdition! Aye, and quick, before The Leader restrains him. Enough then! Turn and get thee from my door. TiRESIAS. I had not come, hadst thou not called me here. Oedipus. I knew thee not so dark a fool. I swear 'twere long before I called thee, had I known. TiRESIAS. Fool, sayest thou? Am I truly such an one? The two who gave thee birth, they held me wise. Oedipus. Birth? Stop! Who were they? Speak thy prophecies. TiRESIAS. This day shall give thee birth and blot thee out. Oedipus. Oh, riddles everywhere, and words of doubt. TiRESIAS. Aye. Thou wast their best reader long ago. Oedipus. Laugh on. I swear thou still shalt find me so. TiRESIAS. That makes thy pride and thy calamity. Oedipus. I have saved this land, and care not if I die. TiRESIAS. Then I will go. Give me thine arm, my child. Oedipus. Aye, help him quick. To see him there makes wild my heart. Once gone, he will not vex me more. TiRESIAS (turning again as he goes). I fear thee not, nor will I go before that word be spoken which I came to speak. How canst thou ever touch me? Thou dost seek with threats and loud proclaim the man whose hand slew Laius. Lo, I tell thee, he doth stand here. He is called a stranger, but these days shall prove him Theban true, nor shall he praise his birthright. Blind, who once had seeing eyes, beggared, who once had riches, in strange guise, his staff groping before him, he shall crawl o'er unknown earth, and voices round him call: Behold the brother father of his own children, the seed, the sower and the sown, shame to his mother's blood, and to his sire, son, murderer, incest worker. Cool thine ire with thought of these, and if thou find that aught faileth, then hold my craft a thing of naught. [He goes out. Oedipus returns to the palace. Chorus. They sing of the unknown murderer. What man is he whom the voice of Delphi's cell hath named of the bloody hand, of the deed no tongue may tell? Let him fly, fly, for his need hath found him. Oh, where is the speed that flew with the winds of old, the team of North Wind's spell? For feet there be that follow. Yea, thunder shod and girt with fire he cometh, the child of God. And with him are they that fail not, the sin hounds risen from hell. For the mountain hath spoken, a voice hath flashed from amid the snows, that the wrath of the world go seek for the man whom no man knows. Is he fled to the wild forest, to caves where the eagles nest? O angry bull of the rocks, cast out from thy herd fellows rage in his heart, and rage across his way. He toileth ever to beat from his ears away the word that floateth about him, living where'er he goes. And of the prophet's strange accusation. Yet strange, passing strange, the wise augur and his lore. And my heart it cannot speak. I deny not nor assent, but float in wonder at things after and before. Did there lie between their houses some old wrath unspent, that Corinth against Cadmus should do murder by the way? No tale thereof they tell, nor no sign thereof they show. Who dares to rise for vengeance, and cast Oedipus away for a dark, dark death long ago? Ah, Zeus knows, and Apollo, what is dark to mortal eyes. They are gods. But a prophet, hath he vision more than mine? Who hath seen? Who can answer? There be wise men and unwise. I will wait for the proving of the sign. But I list not nor hearken when they speak Oedipus ill. We saw his face of yore, when the riddling singer passed, and we knew him that he loved us, and we saw him great in skill. Oh, my heart shall uphold him to the last. Enter Creon. Creon. Good brother citizens, a frantic word I hear is spoken by our chosen lord Oedipus against me, and here am come indignant. If he dreams, mid all this doom that weighs upon us, he hath had from me or deed or lightest thought of injury. 'Fore God, I have no care to see the sun longer with such a groaning name. Not one wound is it, but a multitude, if now all Thebes must hold me guilty, I, and thou, and all who loved me, of a deed so foul. Leader. If words were spoken, it was scarce the soul that spoke them. 'Twas some sudden burst of wrath. Creon. The charge was made, then, that Tiresias hath made answer false, and that I bribed him, I? Leader. It was, perchance for jest, I know not why. Creon. His heart beat true, his eyes looked steadily and fell not, laying such a charge on me. Leader. I know not. I have no eyes for the thing my masters do. But see, here comes the king. Enter Oedipus from the palace. End of Part One. Recording by Expatriate in Bangor, Maine.